Hello and welcome to a noobreview.com retro quick look video, and today we are looking at Bushido Blade on the original PlayStation. I am joined by Adam Radcliffe.
Hello.
And our noobreview.com fighting games expert, Jason Borlays.
Hi there. Yeah, greetings.
So, first things first, did either of you play Bushido Blade back in the day?
Yeah, quite a lot. I think we laid about playing this.
We dabbled.
No, I think I played it with your brother more.
I certainly played it a lot, but I can't remember most of it, so this is a great refresher.
Very memorable then, if you can't remember it. Now, first things first, the really interesting thing about Bushido Blade is obviously, as the name suggests, it's kind of like a Japanese fighting game with swords and weapons and stuff like that. But there's no traditional health bar, and you can basically kill enemies in one hit if you hit them in the right spot.
Yeah, with a clean blow,
hours.
it's one.
And you saw there, one good slice across her throat, she was dead.
The interesting thing is if you slash them in the arms or the legs, they can fall to the ground. They'll be on all fours if they're hitting the legs. With the arms, they'll have to use one arm for their weapon, and it limits their ability quite a bit. So
that's right. As you can see, what's happened here, I've had my legs taken out, so I lunged at him and took his legs out.
By Gambit from X-Men.
A little bit.
I was wondering who that guy was from.
That's what he looks like.
He does look a bit like Gambit, doesn't he? Apart from he's got a green leather unitard thing.
I remember playing this a lot now. Now I've actually watched some gameplay of it for the first time in 10 years.
It's kind of an unbelievable sword fight. You wouldn't really see them on all fours and on their knees and everything.
That's why it's so fun, really.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because you could do a lot in this fighting game that you just can't do in anything else that has weapons. Forget about Soul Calibur.
I really wish they made another game of this.
Me too.
It's really unique. It's so intense. One hit and it can be all over.
That's right. And there's one thing I don't really show a lot of in this because I'm not very good at it. But you had multiple stances as well, so you could have a high stance that, although it would leave you exposed, you'd have more power on your downward swipes and be more likely to kill someone. Similarly, you had a low stance as well, which I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, was slightly more defensive.
Don't really remember that well.
Well, let's just take my word for it.
Yes, take your word.
You can see something here as well. There are no traditional single fighting stages. What you could do is you had the free ability to run around levels, and you could literally move from one area to another. And obviously there'd be quite a long loading time, but it was a very natural progression from one area to another.
An interesting thing is, when they're bowing to each other at the beginning, they're facing off. You can actually just rush the guy and slash him, just kill him outright before he even finishes, before he's ready.
Yes, and there is actually a penalty if you do that.
Yeah,
you'll see in a minute, actually.
To your honour.
They're basically so ashamed that they don't actually continue with their journey or whatever.
Wait, he's using a pistol? What the hell?
That's one of the bosses. He has guns.
Yeah, it's slightly unfair. I think you can unlock him as well. And
that's right. Yes,
he's absurdly overpowered.
It's like a Bond villain.
But yes, basically, I couldn't beat him in a fair fight, so I attacked him while he was doing his little speech at the beginning.
I think you get a bad ending for that.
Yeah, basically that's blocked off the ending for me because I was dishonourable.
Well, he's a bit more dishonourable, frankly.
Using a gun, for God's sake.
Yeah, I know, but to be a good little... I suppose they're samurai, aren't they, for following Bushido? To be a good little samurai, you've got to play fair even if your opponent doesn't.
Oh, those duels. Are they just button mashing? I can't remember.
Yeah, you would basically mash the attack buttons and then you'd knock the other player over if you were successful, leaving them open to a killing blow.
Was this a difficult game? I don't really...
Yes, it was.
Is it renowned for difficulty?
Yes, it is. And you can see right there, I just killed her during her little speech at the beginning. Because I knew I couldn't get the that.
You have no honour.
That's right.
So many games.
You've dishonored my family.
So many games since this, I've wished I could do that while somebody was talking in a cutscene.
Yeah.
I can't stand this anymore. He just frankly he gives up.
It's wonderful though. I really wish they would, you know, even if they didn't remake it, perhaps if they re-released it on the PlayStation Network.
You never know.
Hopefully they will. But yes, this is a cool little side mode as well, where you could play it in first-person perspective.
Just like a real samurai.
So, basically, that's the end of our quick look video. As far as I'm aware, Bushido Blade is not available on the PlayStation Network. At least it isn't in Europe. But hopefully, it will be released one day. Adam, Jason, thanks for coming along, and we hope you enjoyed the video.
Thank you for playing. Presented by
Noob Review.